The future of Kardmi has never been brighter. We are looking forward to season 3. What are we going to be getting? What are we anticipating? Some fantastic new changes are coming, no doubt. I know we're going to be getting at least 40 new Kardmi, and that is going to be absolutely huge. Let's go ahead and dive into what all we can expect and when we could possibly expect season 3 of Kardmi to drop. Let's jump into it. What is going on, trainers? It's been a little while, probably about a month and a half, beginning of season 2, that I actually kind of looked forward to season 3 and talked about what could be coming up, what's rumored, what's confirmed, just because I think we have pretty much been confirmed that seasons are going to run for about 4 or 5 months at a minimum. So we're probably about 2 months. We're about 2 months into the season now. And I reckon that it's most likely going to be about another few weeks before we start hearing some rumblings and some teases for season 3. But there are some things in the works based on previous seasons, as well as my exclusive interview with Seven Pirates, that we know for a fact is coming in season 3. So that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. And then, as well as time permitting, I will also kind of throw in a couple of my predictions and hopes for season 3. But starting this right off the bat, you heard me right. I did say about 40 new Kardmi. It may be a little bit less, because I know that's kind of an extreme number. But during my interview with the Seven Pirates dev team, they did tell me it takes about 2 to 3 months for a new Kardmi from concept to practical testing. And we've seen all the Kardmi that came out in Season 1. And we got about, I believe, about 20 to 30 new Kardmi in season 2. And I think, if you look at a lot of Kardmi like base forms, you think, well, no, we didn't get that many. But once you start looking at the evolutional forms, because we got, I'm not going to sit here and throw much numbers at you, but we got 3 new starters. Each one of those evolves 2 times. So just counting the starters, you're already sitting at 9 new Kardmi. We got 3 new legendaries that puts you up to 12. We're getting 11 of new ancients this season. That puts you up to 23, and that's not including they added several Kardmi that only evolve once. So yeah, you're sitting at around 35 to 40 new Kardmi in season 2, and I expect it'll most likely be the same in season 3. Along with that, like I said, we're going to get 3 new legendary. We're going to get 11 new ancient. That's going to be included in that amount that I said, that 35 to 40 range. We're going to get at least 20 new skills, I'm sure of, because just like with Season 1, just like with Season 2, that's how many skills we've gotten. Obviously, Season 1 got more than 20, but Season 2 got about, I believe, 20 skills, and I have to go back and recount them. But assuming each Kardmi has at least one special skill or one skill card with their picture on it, which I think is fair to assume, we got at least 20 to 25 new skills. So that's pretty much also confirmed for Season 2, not directly out of their lips. We also know we're going to give you a new story as well as the new time loop. I'm probably going to start working a lot on seasonal lore, kind of lore stories and theories, a lot on the channel. I know they're talking about exploring some new side quests for particular Kardmi, for legendary Kardmi, other like pseudo legendaries, to kind of flesh out their backstory. And that's one thing that I hope they keep their word on, is adding more lore into the game. I've got a ton of questions. I've got a ton of questions about Kulkin, the god of time, about Shamor, the god of the dreamscape. I've got, I think probably my biggest looming question for Kardmi right now is about Kulkin. It's why, if he is the god of time and space, why can he not fix the temporal loop that's going on, the reincarnation process? Or cycle, I guess you could say. That's probably my biggest lore-related question, and hopefully, I know it's been confirmed, like I said, my exclusive interview with them, which I'll link down in the comments if you guys are interested in watching that. But they mentioned that they're going to be adding in some side quests for particular Kardmi. They're starting at Pikagare because, as they told me, that is their favorite. They think it's got some really interesting lore implications, as well as it's just a really powerful Kardmi. So I'm excited about that. Not sure if that'll be a season 3 or beyond, but if I had to guess, I'd probably say it's going to be season 3. I think it wouldn't be too crazy to assume that we may get maybe 2 new legendary Kardmi and then 1 returning one like Pikagare if that's how they want to do it. We may get 3 new, or if they want to introduce this side quest with Pikagare in it, they may also feature her as a legendary in this particular um, season once they move on to 3. We know we're going to get a new arena. They confirmed as well that every season we'll have a new arena. A big thing, area. Um, I know a big thing that they talked about is making each season feel different from the last. That's something that the team's actively working on, because they've mentioned that that's something they're kind of having a hard time with, and people have been kind of bringing to their attention and criticizing about the different seasons, that seasons don't feel different enough. That's something they brought up in our interview. So that brings the question, and this is kind of just, this is not confirmed, but it's something that I kind of like speculating on. It makes me wonder whether or not they may start experimenting with some sort of like seasonal activity that they may do starting in season 3 or season 4 that has some really unique characteristics. Maybe I don't know how to explain it. Maybe we get some kind of ability, like we got the Dreamscape ability this season. Maybe we get some kind of unique ability or power or Kardmi to borrow for the season, or item to borrow for the season, that only pertains to that season, and then once the season's gone, it's kind of gone. Maybe it'll return later in the future, but it's just a seasonal activity. You know, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on that down in the comments, or does that create kind of too much FOMO? Another thing that we know is coming is going to be Kardmi coloring. I was pretty vocal when I first started playing the game that too many shiny variants of Kardmi were pink and purple in season 1, and they really dialed that back in season 2. There's just a couple that are pink and purple, and for the most part, I really like their new color scheme. They've added they kind of went a little far in some directions when it comes to how bland some of them look. However, I don't really think you can make everyone happy. I don't know the middle ground that is going to be reached is something they confirmed, and I think it's the perfect middle ground. That way you can please everybody. And then it's going to be Kardmi coloring. So in some way, some form, they're going to allow you to color your Kardmi however you want to. What that palette will look like, I don't know. Whether you'll have to pay to do that, I don't know. I certainly hope not, though. I know, just like they've introduced recently the premium card skin coloring that you're allowed to do now. I haven't tested it out for myself. I probably will and make a video with it, just to show you guys how that kind of works. But look, I'm sitting here looking at my notes now. New story, new time loop, new coloring, and I think the last thing I wanted to bring up that we're going to be getting confirmed, absolutely confirmed, it's probably the most exciting thing, is variants. Now, will we get variants in season 3? I certainly hope so, but they did confirm that variants are coming to Kardmi, and like many of you guys who follow the channel regularly, you'll know that I'm also keeping my finger on the pulse and ready to cover a Nemo as soon as it drops on all platforms. I'm going to be jumping in launch day. Really excited about it, and one of the things I praise the highest when it comes to a Nemo is just the sheer variety of creatures to collect and trade and battle with, and I think that's going to be the biggest thing that Kardmi is going to have to compete with, is just the variety, because jumping from game to game, most people are going to jump to whatever's got the most variety to catch, because that's really the appeal of monster collectors, is catching them all. You're going to try them all. So I'm hoping we get regional variants. That'll be really, really cool. I've also, and I'll show you guys, I'll put it in my community post and let you guys take a look at it. I've also thought about different era Kardmi, like different variants, ones from the past, ones from the future. That would be a really cool idea. But I'm gonna make that a completely different video, because in that same video I want to introduce, or want to suggest how raids or dungeons could work inside of Kardmi. But that is going to do it for me, guys. I would love to know what you guys think about the potential features coming in season 3, as well as the confirmed features coming in season 3. And you guys let me know down in the comments if there's anything that you guys would like to see that I have not mentioned here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. Really, really helps the channel. And I will catch you guys in the next one.